the trilogy because there's more than 3.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, welcome. My name is G1Hexatron. This is going to be the Cybercast episode 25, the Transformer podcast. A couple things that we're going to be talking about, a couple of topics, and I believe Dakota has, like, what he says is a very funny story about stupid stuff you shouldn't do at work. So we will see if we will be entertained by that. But I thought I would go ahead and introduce everyone. We have Dakota, Primal Sabbath. We have Jay, Nemesis Jazz, and then we also have Optimus Prime as well.
Hello.
So if you guys want to go ahead and tell people where they can find you on like YouTube and Twitter, go ahead and shout all your junk out. I will go ahead and click out these links.
3, 2, 1, everyone!
All right, go Dakota. Go Dakota.
And now.
Did he freeze up? Okay, go Optimus.
All right.
No, I can. Fine.
Oh, go ahead. All right, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. I'm Jay, Nemesis. You can follow me on Twitter at NemesisJazz13. And I will hand it off to our guests.
Well, he's not really a guest anymore. Yeah,
I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, they're permanent now.
All right.
So yeah, I'll follow it off to our co-host.
He's gone. So I will go. Ah.
There we go.
I'm Optimus Prime. You can find me on YouTube, Optimus Prime, Twitter, Optimus Prime. I think I even have something else. I have a Tumblr, Optimus Prime, obviously. I like to keep it simple.
What is a Tumblr?
I think it's like where you can find pictures of funny stuff that you like together. I really don't know. I just was like, oh hey, social media. I can do this. So I got one of those.
Quick question for you guys, and I don't know how many people watching this have seen it as well. I watched this movie last night called Disconnect or Disconnected, and it's about like 4 different lives. It's kind of like a Crash movie where it's like 4 different, lives or scenarios. They're all intertwined in some way, but there's some type of downfall of their life because of social media and stuff like that. And it's like a B movie. It's like an indie movie, but it is probably one of the best movies I've seen this year. And I think it came out in 2012, but I just now heard about it and saw it, and it's awesome.
That's not saying a whole lot. The movies of 2013 are kind of.
What movie?
Disconnect or Disconnected.
Oh, that's right.
I was like I was telling you about on Twitter that I don't know. It was one of those movies that I could put like a 5-star on. Like it grabbed you in every situation, like emotionally. You really believed in the characters, and I think the last time that I felt that way about a movie that I was just like, man, this is so great and such a masterpiece was like Inception, or something like that, to where I was like, wow,
I've yet to see Inception.
This is deep. So. Yeah, that's a good movie as well. I like Leonardo DiCaprio, even though I'm not gonna watch The Great Gatsby.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
See, I don't like Leonardo DiCaprio, but there's he was really good in Django Unchained. But
I like Shutter Island as well. So, but I'm a Scorsese fan too. So I watch directors a lot. All right, so anyone have anything here at the beginning, or ready to just jump straight into the news?
Well, doesn't Dakota need to introduce himself, or did we skipping that?
Because
I mean,
need to do something about this damn internet. Yeah.
Oh, did you already go ahead and leave that link in the comment?
No, I didn't. In the process of bringing it, like trying to get the YouTube page up, it just freaking kicked me.
Huh.
I'm working on it though.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself while you're doing that then?
I'm Dakota, and everything that I do and am is at Primal Sabbath.
Short and sweet. All right, let's get moving.
There you go.
There you go. Short and sweet. That's it.
All right, so starting off, kind of like to start off with a funny picture, and not that this is absolutely hilarious, but I kind of found a little bit of comedy behind it. You have this really nice, fit female with a flat stomach and attractive, and it says trying to be confident with your body, and a dude down here, he's just like, I'm fat, let's party. And I found a little bit of comedy to it, just because it's kind of relates to, I guess, toy collecting. As we had a question several weeks ago to where someone was like, what if you're a kid and you're collecting and you really don't want it to be known when you're in high school and stuff like that because you don't want to get made fun of. This guy does not care that he is like the biggest guy in this picture. He's just like, look, I'm here to have a good time, so F all the rest of you. And I think that's kind of how you have to be, and you shouldn't be discouraged at all if you are into collecting Transformers or, I don't know, My Little Ponies or stuff like that. Maybe.
There's a huge brony community.
But I found a little bit of, at first I thought it was kind of funny, and then I kind of looked at the the second message, I guess you could say, in the picture.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on that? No.
The picture or this picture?
I was talking about the other picture, but.
Oh, well.
All right, we'll move. What's up? We'll move on then. All right, so we finally have the final images of the Fans Project Function X Quadruple U as his name. It's basically the G1 Headmaster Weird Wolf, which really needed an update. Yeah, I did, and while I like the wolf mode, the robot is just it's so bad. But this looks very promising. The only thing that I don't like, I wish it was a little bit more goldish color instead of this bright yellow, so it would match the original. And as you can see, you have Smart Robin, which is going to be Brainstorm here, and that's obviously going to be Mind Wipe. And there you have Chrome Dome over here. Mind Wipe looks really cool with those wings.
Yeah, just like I'm in bed, bud.
And I'm just going to kind of
letting me through that link.
Oh, so that video was for nothing.
Yep.
Any thoughts on this figure, guys? I mean, we're finally going to get it. I mean, it's been delayed for like 6 months.
It'll be interesting to see that along with the Generation 1 Weird Wolf. Just to see like the differences in, like you said, the color, and just the overall sculpt of the figure, to see if they went, more modern or if they stayed true to the Generation 1.
Well, I can tell you that right now, this is more modern style because there really wasn't a whole lot to work with the Generation 1.
The G1 was all stubby and had a huge backpack and butt pack.
And this sword looks so much cooler. This is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I like the face too, and it looks like we're going to be getting, because I know that the Chrome Dome figure didn't have like little translucent pieces for the eyes here. It was kind of just painted in blue. That looks like it's going to be like little translucent red pieces in there, which I think is really cool for the head.
Or like what they did with Takara Soundwave, where they had his eyes that were like metallic red, but they were bright metallic red.
Yeah, that could be possible as well.
That just looks light piped all the time, and it's really not. It looks awesome, by the way. If you haven't picked up Soundwave, what are you waiting for? Probably money, but.
You guys, any thoughts?
It looks good. I just freaking, again, so when it comes to all the Fans Project stuff, I just wish it wasn't so limited, So, and I missed out on Chrome Dome, and I'm not going to pay the $100 and whatever secondary markup. So,
well, I
really
think they have it where it's only like $20 more right now.
Oh yeah, but see, then there's part of me that wants to get it because it's a beast. It has a beast alt mode.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Well, even if you don't pick up the Chrome Dome, you could at least go I'll pick up the Decepticons because they're all, a crocodile, a werewolf, or a weird wolf, and a bat. So you could at least go through and just pick up the Decepticon ones.
They're at least beast transformers.
yeah,
And they have a war, so technically.
and see, since I'm not saving up for Botcon anymore, I may end up just going all out and
Buying me a bunch of toys.
start putting start putting down on the Mastermind Creations King.
Start saving it for Josh's Christmas present.
Or I can start hating my life and buy the unique toys King.
Start buying me Christmas presents, dude. I love that idea. Alright, so this is the prototype image of the TFC Toys Project Ares. This is it Neiman? Or I think it's something like that, but it's basically the color prototype. Obviously, this is not what it's going to look like final. It's going to look a lot better than this, but it kind of gives you the general idea here.
I like the colors of it. I mean, it's very Generation 1 inspired.
The thing with TFC though, with Hercules and even with Superion, I just don't trust getting. I don't trust getting their first run figures, because I mean we all know that they're gonna all be plagued with QC issues, and you're gonna have to wait for a fix and wait for a fix, and
you have to wait to get your fix, man. Gotta wait to get your fix.
I don't know if you guys can see this picture, but they have the Mastermind Creations King fully assembled here on the left, and on the right. You have the Ares with the first 3 figures side by side, so it looks like they're going to be the same height. So if there was any question or debate about that, then the Predikings, for the most part, are going to be the same height. There you can see a nice comparison as far as Razor Claw with Rampage and Headstrong.
Which is good. He should be bigger because he's the torso.
Yep. And I remember in G1, I mean... They Rampage and Razor Claw basically shared the same body with just a couple of modifications with the mane here and stuff like that. But that kind of gives you a little bit better idea what they're kind of going for here.
The head in that picture right there kind of bugs me. I don't know why. Maybe it's just not accurate enough. I don't know. That one there is okay because it's got the black pointy sticky-uppy things. But the other one had like painted orange, and it was a red visor with a red goldish mouth plate. It's like, yeah.
All right, this is the next little thing, and this is something that's kind of a little bit of out of left field. This is going to be sold by a company called Ace Toy Store.
Ace's Toy Store, yeah.
And this is a Browning knockoff. You can get a blue or a red version. And for you guys that don't know what the Browning is, because I've seen people before, they're like, oh, this is some like not this, because this is a knockoff of the Browning, but I've seen or heard people thinking that the Browning is like a knockoff to Megatron, and I was like, no, actually Browning, if you watch Super Guy Master Force, it was Squeeze Play, the Headmaster Jr. for the Decepticon side. There was actually like this little gun guy that like went and palled around with him. He's like really small, and he was kind of funny in the show. That's who this character is.
Lady Mega gave it to him as a gift, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, because he was like all feeling down in the dumps and stuff like that. You really have to watch Master Force because it's just it's such a good and well developed
I do not remember that
series.
part at all about no little gun dude.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in there several times.
It's been like 5 years or more since I've seen the series, so yeah.
Oh, okay. But yeah, Browning's in there, and he's obviously brown, and it's made off of a Browning gun. But basically, for the blue version, it's going to be $40. It's going to be available September 2013. It's going to come with a figure, character card, instructions, and sticker sheet. Or you can get the red version, which is limited to only 100, which is going to be $10 more, so $50, and it's going to come with the exact same thing. So this one's going to be the blue one. Obviously, the red one, you can kind of see it here over on the sides, where it just looks like the outside's going to be red, and these little inner joints are going to be red as well.
Or you can get them both and have a Rumble and Frenzy.
Something really cool about Ace's Toy Store, though, they are really reputable, and he's really, he specializes in carrying knockoffs and even a few, third-party figures. So, say you're looking for that Fans Project Shadow Scythe armor. I think he still has a couple of sets of that. Some of the Shatterglass battle tankers. so you don't have to go and fork over, some serious cash just for those. He's got them.
Well, I mean, the Browning figure is one of those things that you just never see on eBay. It's one of those things that if you put on eBay, you can put the word rare in there because it is. And if it was a buy it now, I don't even know what kind of price you could put on that thing, but because it never comes up, it's kind of like make your own thing up and see what people are willing to pay. Because a lot of people, they end up just seeing you put up a incomplete one or a broken one, they end up buying it in just hopes that maybe they can finally like keep on buying broken ones and maybe piece a final one together. That's how rare it is.
Wow.
Yeah, and essentially people could take these knockoffs and then, take whatever pieces they may need and fix their broken one.
Take an arm or foot or something like that, a little fist. So, you know what? Honestly, I've never bought a knockoff. I don't have anything knockoff. I guess as long as you don't consider third parties, knockoffs, which I really don't. But this is going to be the first one that I buy. I need some form of this in my life, and I really don't want to drop $500,000, plus on something that I'm probably never going to get unless I,
You heard it first right here, folks.
Make it maybe a decade down the line. So.
Browning worth $500,000 on the Cybercast. Put them on eBay now.
Yeah, it depends on the plastic quality and stuff, but I can definitely see this in my G1 easy.
I mean, worst comes to worst, you drop
Autobot.
the blue one. I think is going to be the Decepticon one.
Yeah.
Okay, well then I'm obviously okay. Yeah, I see that now. Because I just saw that the red had an Autobot symbol on it. I was like, well, I'm gonna get this one, just because it has that Decepticon and Browning's supposed to be a Decepticon.
I mean, worst comes to worst, you lose $40. I mean, it is what it is.
The other thing about this is this transforms into a gun, so the chances of getting any type of like reissue of this,
slim
that's why I said
to none.
Yeah.
Even if Takara does it, it's still slim to none.
Yeah, for us getting it in the States here. So that's why when I saw this, I was like, this is really crazy. I had no idea. It looks like you got a bit of die cast down here as well. You can see you got some nice chrome. So, yeah, for $40, I'm all in on this. All right, something else that I didn't see on TFW, but T-Formers had it, and they said that they actually kind of skipped over this and forgot that this was even going up. It's supposed to be released in September of 2013, so this month, and it's supposed to be only $50, which is honestly not too bad of a price if you look what you're getting. So,
that's a surprise, because if I can take the reins here for a minute.
Go ahead.
They actually released a Bumblebee that was basically it's just a reshell of the Classics Bumblebee that just has a Volkswagen shell covered over it. But it was going for I think a little bit more than that. But even still, $50 is just a little bit too much for essentially what you get, a reshell. Yeah, I mean I understand that and all, but it's still it's not
Chip and his wheelchair.
Oh, his wheelchair, that's so important. But it's not like they had to it's not like they had to engineer this mold on their own. They didn't have to pay engineers. They just reshelled it and added a couple of other things that's not worth $50 in my opinion.
I'd get the Bumblebee, but I wouldn't get a gold bug.
Yeah. See, I'd get the gold bug and like just reveal the Shield Bumblebee's head on it or something. I don't know. I wouldn't get it though. I'm lying. I wouldn't get it.
I'm a Volkswagen guy. I like the way the bugs look. I just personally. But I can see where you're coming from, where they actually just took the shell of a bug and put Classics B inside. It looks like it's got the same exact transformation.
It does. As a matter of fact. You can even see the seats on his thighs, on the fronts of his thighs in robot mode.
Yeah, so actually if we had revealed the Shield B, and I'm just looking at him on myself, that's about the size that he would be. He's about a small deluxe. $50 for a small deluxe?
Yeah. That you had to put no engineering into?
Yourself,
I guess it doesn't make a whole lot of sense buying this, considering that we're about to get a masterpiece for $79, and it's official. It's masterpiece, and they'll probably. I mean, where Bumblebee is, there will be a gold bug right behind it.
Oh yeah.
You know, it'll be a. I forget what masterpiece number it is, but it'll be 21B, you know, or something like that.
Or something ridiculous.
Yeah, something like that, to where they're really not skipping a number, even though they're really kind of adding a new character here.
Yeah. Although it's interesting you said that if we get a Bumblebee, we'll get a gold bug. I thought because we got a Sideswipe, we would get a Sunstreaker, and we didn't, or we haven't yet. An official Sunstreaker, mind you.
I'm sure we will.
Yeah.
I'm sure that they're trying to think of, you know, design ideas. But I mean, you have the Lamborghini license. I mean, what reason can you give me not to come out with Sunstreaker?
I liked the G2 colors. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say making a Bumblebee and a gold bug, you know, that's a little bit different than from, you know, a Sideswipe and a Sunstreaker. Because Sunstreaker's got to be its whole new mold entirely. Gold bug, not so much.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
I'm completely reborn, Prime. No, you're not.
But now I want to be named Goldbug.
I'm a gold bug. Oh.
You shall be called Goldbug. Really? Goldbug? That's the best. Alright, all fine.
The thing that the only good part about the Rebirth season 4, the American release cartoon, is like he's hardly acknowledged at all. It's like, all right, we're done with your Bumblebee Goldbug character. You know, you had that little introduction of yourself. Yeah, that's it. Now go hang out with the Throttlebots and shoot your guns for 5 seconds in the episode 1, and
did Bumblebee have a gun?
Yeah, the Throttlebots. The toys didn't come with guns, but in the anime, it shows them like Throttlebots roll out, and like all 6 of them roll up, and they transform and shoot their guns, and that's really the last time you see them. I think they might have been in another spot.
Bumblebee a gun, being he's about this big and he can get blown over by a strong fart.
All right, and this is, I guess this is good. Good news. X2 Toys is coming out with a Metroplex gun. So this is good news for you guys that got the Hasbro regular release one that wasn't a San Diego. Or how many exclusives are there of that thing now? There's like 40 exclusives. So
yeah.
But you know there's going to be one person out there that has them all.
Oh my goodness, man!
That dude's an idiot.
There's going to be one guy who has every single version of Metroplex. Dude.
I still haven't bought it. I think it's a good deal, but I
am regretting putting those stickers on. I'm dreading putting those stickers on.
If I'm buying one and I am not putting those stickers on, I will buy repo labels if they ever come out. Those stickers are staying on that sticker sheet.
I heard they're really bad. I heard they're really, really bad.
Well, it is Hasbro stickers. It's not like Repro labels came out with a quality product.
Yeah. They have one that's like the numbers flip. Like you're supposed to put number 7 where it says to put number 31 and 31 where it says to put 7 or something like that. That's our Hasbro.
We'll get into Hasbro a little bit later on, but this is good news for people, I guess, that wanted to get a second red gun, but basically the prototype images here doesn't look too bad. Obviously a big gun. Look at it in this dude's hand. Either that or he's got like little baby hands. He's got his little toddler to hold it for him.
No, the gun is actually fairly big.
Yeah, I mean, it looks good, but, you know, I don't own a Metroplex. I'm not going to buy Metroplex. But if I did own Metroplex, the Hasbro version,
I'd like him to have 2 guns.
I can't see myself, like, paying more money, because this gun's obviously going to be like $20-30, if not maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
I would say 30.
Yeah, so I don't see me dropping, you know, any more into that. Plus the repro labels I'm gonna have to inevitably buy, so gonna have to pass.
Because Hasbro sucks.
I don't know when they did that.
I wonder how much the repro labels would cost too when they come out. Because it's a big sticker sheet set.
Well, I know for the upgrade for the upgrade sticker sheets for Metroplex and Trypticon for G1 are, I think after you get the Scamper and all the little guys and stuff like that, it ends up being like $50 or $49.
Yeah.
So that's why I
It's probably gonna be like
haven't bought the
$100.
sticker sheet yet. All right, so for you guys that are having trouble hunting down, or I think you can still pre-order the third wave of Soundwave, but for you guys that like the Japanese Transformers, you have Soundblaster here.
Who didn't see this coming?
Yeah, this is obvious. This was going to come out, and I actually thought that it was going to come out with, just different color cassettes. You know how they did with the original G1 version. But in this one, you get Rat Bat, which I'm just like, can I just get the Rat Bat? And I'm sure we will eventually, but
I doubt it. Yeah, I mean, man, that's how they're gonna be able to sell that Sound Blaster. Is hey, here's Rat Bat. This is the only way you're getting Rat Bat, unless you
already
get
have my
Keith's Fantasy
too.
Club to make it.
I just want Rat Bat, and I think one of the when we did a couple of weeks ago, it was like, what third-party product would you come out with? Your third-party company, like someone in the comments, they were like, Rat Bat, and that's where I was kind of like, I think we're probably going to eventually get all the cassettes because it's a moneymaker, because each one of the cassettes, basically, if the car version goes for $30 a piece, so.
Essentially, though, you could get.
I think we will down the line, but they're going to hold off for a while. Even though they have this mold, they're going to hold off, just like you said, because this is how they're going to really push and sell this product.
Yeah. And by the way, I mean, you can get Sound Blaster, and if you get Sound Blaster, if I'm not mistaken, you could perch Laserbeak on Soundwave's arm and Buzzsaw or Ratback on Sound Blaster's arm, and then the remaining cassettes can further go into their chests, right? You wouldn't have to have them out and displayed in any way?
You can fit 3 in each, so if you split up Rumble, Frenzy, Ravage, Rat-Bat, Buzzsaw,
Laserbeak. So, I mean, so you can keep Laserbeak and Ratbat out and still be able to put them all away, so that's cool.
I want to get a Masterpiece Blaster.
That has got to be soon. I mean, there's a lot of things that they should come out
just
here
upscale
with.
the Soundwave. I mean, I know there's slight mold differences, but I mean, you got the basic figure right there.
You've got a design here, but I need to see a total rework. Just like I don't want to see I don't want to see Sideswipe painted yellow and be like, oh, here's Sunstreaker, guys, congratulations. No, thank you.
Yeah.
If it was like that, then I would just pass. Try again.
And see, that's not the thing. That's not the deal with Masterpiece. Masterpiece, it's like, okay, you're gonna get new molds for characters that had different molds. We're not gonna go the Classics Generations route and just repaint something and be like here.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why we're
I do like that Generation 2 Sideswipe, though.
Yeah.
So go ahead and go over to that, and wow.
Boom!
Nice. You get the 2 little guns there, and then he also comes with a sword as well.
I would buy that in a heartbeat.
Now that we have like real
pictures
of this thing,
he looks kick ass, dude. I mean, I really like they put the little wheels on top of with the spikes on. That's all of it. So awesome.
G2 symbol too there on the hood, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Now I've got the G2 Sideswipe as well. The original, not the Masterpiece, but this is accurate.
I saw 2 or 3 of them at TFCon. I thought about picking them up, but I was like, you don't have any money.
Oh man, it would have been worth it. That's such an awesome mold.
It is. Yeah. You can see it down there at the bottom with the... Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying you can see it down there at the bottom with the actual Sideswipe mold, and they're in the little bottom right-hand corner.
And what's cool is I like this, but you can see in this picture right here that it's actually got the G2 stickers.
Yeah.
So it's got the the kind of green, and then it says Sideswipe up here, and that's exactly like it does on the the.
Or is that the G1 toy? I was confused about that because it looks like it's in 2 different angles, so I wasn't sure if that was the actual Masterpiece or if that was the G2 toy. You know what I mean?
Well. That is possible.
I don't read
hard to see from this distance, and they look so accurate to each other. I mean, they really do such a good job that you can't even tell which one is.
Yeah.
But if this is the masterpiece. Let me.
I
Well,
can
I can't
see,
grab
like-
it. It's out of.
If I had to guess, the one on the right is the master. Well, shit. Yeah, the one on the right is the masterpiece. The one
This
on the
comes
left.
with a sticker sheet. That's awesome.
The one on the left
Yeah.
looks like it's the.
Well, if you
Masterpiece,
look at
and
the
then this one's the original G2.
yeah, I was just
Which
saying if you look at the Autobot logos on the chest, the one on the left is the one on the top there.
Yeah. So I mean, that's still
So it's-
insane how good it looks. You know.
Yeah.
Repro
Like, here's
labels.
the original. Here's ours. Come on. I mean,
Repro labels come out with this because that's exactly what I would do. Is I would put these stickers on it.
Yeah,
yeah.
'cause it doesn't look like he's gonna have the green on the hood or the spoiler. So.
Yeah, which I think.
And I'm-
But still, I think this looks awesome. It's very.
Yeah.
Black.
and I'm not a
and-
G2 guy, but I really
So-
like that. That's awesome.
I just can't wait for it to come out.
Another
This. If you guys have not been able to get this and your only option is to go on eBay, Big Bad Toy Store has the MP10 Takara version relaunch, and it is going to be $2.99.
TF Source, I think, has some MP10 in stock at $2.99. But that's like $50 more than what they originally retailed for. I'm glad I was able to buy mine, enjoy it, and then sell it for like $2.25 shipped. So I only lost $25 on it.
Yeah, and I don't think I'll
You're going
pick
to
it
get
up.
the stand too, so.
Oh wow, a stand that no one's ever going to use.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think I'm ever going to use mine because I've got MPO1. No, and in my eyes, Prime should always be the biggest, the heaviest, bot out there because he's the leader.
Yeah.
But I can understand new scale line and everything, but more closer to the animated character and whatnot. But it's just personal preference, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I like both of them. I've never opened my MPO1, but it's very, very tempting.
What about you there, Jay?
I really want an MP10, but it's like $300.
I got
That's a lot.
the Hasbro version before they went up in price hike when they first came out for that $99. I thought it was a steal, and I even bought the Repro labels upgrade sheet for it too.
I would say that the Takara one at $250, that's a good price. The Hasbro one at maybe $100, $125-ish, that would be a good price for it. But other than that, dude, there's no way I'm paying $300 for anything like that. Even if I wanted it again, I would not pay $300 for it.
But for someone like me, that's like the only option I really have, isn't it?
You can get the Hasbro version off of eBay for. I'm sure you can find one that's a little bit cheaper than $300, unless you're a stickler for just having all Japanese masterpieces.
No, I'm not.
This is something that I thought was funny. Remember us bringing up this guy? We were looking at them, and they have the Brave
so
Max,
cute.
the Fort Max. Well, we'll see if you change your tune when I show the price, my friend. We were like, hey, I might pick up one of those. What do you think they'll run? Maybe $100 or something like that, because the head transforms and it turns into kind of not really the base, but kind of his like little flight mode or whatever that you see him in most of the time in the show. Cool Master Sword. And the original G1, well, not the original, but the Encore release is going for $350, I believe, still, and you can still pick that up for $350. I think it's an excellent deal for that figure, considering that before the Encore, you could never find that guy online for less than $2,000. What do you guys
one
think?
for $800 once complete.
The box and everything?
G1?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just
Jump all over that. But what do you guys think this guy's going for?
8.
I mean, even that $100 price point, that's still a little too high. So I don't think there's no way it's going for more than that.
Well, Dakota?
Taking in what you said, it's like probably 8, 6, somewhere in there.
I'll say 150.
$399, so $400.
So
What?
who do I mail my "Go fuck yourself" letter to?
Dakota, the language, man.
I know, but my
Look
goodness,
at this guy, though. Look at him.
He's so chubby.
it's so terrible.
I just thought it was, it's a Wonderfest thing as well.
What's
And,
Wonderfest?
It's one of those cons that stuff always ends up being a lot more expensive from WonderCon. whenever you
Like
see
San
it on
Diego
the secondary market. Yeah, but it's a little bit more. I don't want to say exclusive because I guess you could just go if you wanted to go. You know, it's not like it's an invitation to join the skulls or anything like that.
Even still, dude, $400? No way.
And you can go
Something
buy
that big this big?
the Encore for $350.
And that one's full size. What's that thing stand, like 6 inches tall, maybe?
Looks like it's a decent size.
Maybe 5'5".
Dude, 5 or 6 inches, $400. That's almost $100 an inch. I'm
not sure on the size here. It
should
says
tell you.
the shipping weight is 6.26 pounds, but it doesn't say anything about size on here.
Kind of kicking myself because like I said, at TFCon, they had a couple reissue.
Show back up. Go ahead.
Reissue Fort Maxes there, and they were like $200.
Oh, yes.
As compared to online where they're going for like $3 or something like that. I was like, I so want one, but I don't have any money.
Yeah.
So I picked up Masterpiece Soundwave instead.
Man, I would never pay $400 for that super deformed piece of crap. That looks so cute. But
It looks cute.
Yeah,
It is
I thought
cute,
I was like,
but not 400 cute.
this would be kind of cool to, just have, and the super deformed stuff it's not one of those things that I feel like I have to have in my collection.
Right.
Like, I'm going to be kicking myself later if I don't get it. But it's one of those things where I'm like, hey, I can put this at my desk, and, it's just kind of cool, represent, I'm a Transformer fan. It's a conversation starter, something like that. You could even, like, bring it to work and kind of set up there,
On your desk or something,
Yeah, it's something small. It's a conversation starter,
Yeah.
Transformers is popular, it's no longer, like, nerdy or anything like that.
But the argument can be made. You can go to Walmart and buy a $15 conversation starter.
True. True.
You don't have to I know. Let me give you an example of what happened. My Botcon 1998 Antagony arrived at my work earlier this week, and so at work I'm tearing into this box, right? Just to see it, and one of my supervisors comes out and he was like, "Hey, what's that?" I said, "Well, it's a Beast Force figure. It's a Botcon." He was like,
"Drugs."
He was like, "Oh yeah." He goes, "How much do you pay for that?" And he's cool. Like, he knows I'm a nerd, So I was
he said it just like that too.
He did.
And how much you pay for
Sounds
that,
like my
boy?
mother.
And he goes, as I told him, I was like, I paid $5.40 shipped. He was like, "You're stupid, dog. You're stupid." And I was like, Scott, dude, come on, man. Like, you don't know what this goes for in other areas, which it was a good deal. Normally you can't grab Antagony for less than $8. So
you don't understand my plastic crack addiction.
Yeah, so he was like, he just looked at me, he goes, "All right then." He just turns around and goes back into the.
All right then, whatever.
So had I got I told you that story to tell you this. If I got that $400 thing shipped to my job and I opened it and it was the biggest disappointment, the biggest 6 pound, 3 ounce disappointment I'd ever opened in my life, they would be like, "How much did you pay for that, Dakota?" And I would just.
You tell him, he's probably gonna be like, "We're probably paying you too much."
Yeah,
you can just go blow money on stuff like that. So
yeah, so
your next yearly review, you actually get a few dollars knocked off.
They would actually knock me down to 50 cents under minimum wage.
All right, well, we've been looking at this for a little bit, or I guess you guys watching. But Creo, they're coming out with a Transformers Autobot Command Center, so nothing really related to the G1 with the ship crashing in or anything like that, but I guess this is supposed to be, I don't know, it looks like you got a gel thing here and weapon storage. I guess it's kind of cool. The cool thing about if you collect these is, if I was like a kid, I could see myself wanting this, maybe, but at the same time, if I collect these as a kid, I probably have a bunch of Legos as well, and you could just be creative and build. That's what I always did, is I just built my own bases. mom and dads, they can go to garage sales and just pick up like a huge like 25-gallon bucket full of Legos for like $5, and you just build whatever you wanted to build. I also use shoe boxes as well, it's like walls and stuff for defense.
What's crazy is don't Legos cost like 10, 15 cents a brick or something like that?
Dude, they're expensive now.
I know they're hella expensive.
They're coming out with all this licensed stuff, and they had licensed stuff back then as well.
But still,
but just not as
it's
much.
windy on somebody's mic.
It's Jay's. I know that.
Yeah.
I was in Walmart, not too long ago, and I was like, you know what? I haven't really had any Legos, and I'd really like to grab some. 'Cause I'd like to build a little Lego set and then just kind of do whatever with it. But then I got to looking, and I was like, holy shit, dude! $100 for the freaking Millennium Falcon? No way.
Yeah, you can go and buy the vintage Lego for $100. Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
I don't know if they had that. But...
There's so many things that like I would be down to buy as far as Lego now. I mean, with the Creo, like I just sold all my Creo stuff, so that's something that we'll kind of get. That's one of the topics that we'll kind of get into. But I wouldn't mind if I was just kind of had all this extra money, I guess you could say, like if I just had a huge inheritance and I didn't have to worry about money, I would definitely be down with buying the Lego, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff.
Yeah, I can see
Turtles was a big part of my life as well as Transformers, but it's just I know that it's one of those things that it's a drug. Like once you tap into it, it's like, oh, you just can't have one. You kind of have to play with them. And then you're like, oh, well, what if I try to collect this whole series? And then, oh my God, you spend hundreds of dollars.
I really want to get the Mega Bloks Forward Unto Dawn. Is it the Forward Unto Dawn?
Yeah,
anyways,
Halo. Yeah.
Oh man, I want that so bad. It was like what, 200, 250 or something like that. I don't know, but that was awesome. I still want to pick it up. I'm sure there's places to buy it still for that much, if not less.
Mm-hmm. I can definitely see picking up this Creo as like a display for. I mean, even if you've got like 100, Creo, little mini Transformer people, just to have them running around a little playset for a display would be cool. But I've got one, so.
Let's see, and this is so. I guess it's this whole set. It's going to be $37.99.
No, that's not bad.
It's not terrible, especially since you're paying like $4 for a figure or $3.
Yeah, and it looks like it comes with Shockwave and like Prime.
Wonder if these characters are probably sold separate. I'm just, I'm thinking that. But they might come with it because they do come with the bases and stuff, or not the bases, but the little vehicles and stuff. It usually comes with a couple of characters. So you know what, you may be right on that.
Don't know. We shall have to wait and find out.
But I do think that that's a semi-decent price for something like this. But then again, just hit up some garage sales, yard sales, and try to buy like a big bucket of Legos and just tell your kids to be creative.
Yeah. I was actually commenting on that the other day. I was at a friend's house and they had their brother had a Lego book. I'm like, back in my day, we didn't have all these fancy bendy Legos. Our ships and our planes were bricks. They were just bricks. Now they've got like, ooh, this is the nose cone of a jet, and look at how smooth it is. It's like you got to be more creative than that.
That's what Legos with articulation and stuff like that.
Yeah, you got a brick.
This Lego brick with 16 points of articulation.
Yeah.
Do you remember? You guys remember Donkey Kong Country? And he had the grandpa. Was it Grampy Kong or something like that? Or I forget his name. But basically the grandpa, and he's
Cranky,
all like Cranky Kong, yeah. So he's all rocking back in his wheelchair or not his wheelchair, but his rocking chair, and he's got his cane, his old beard. I always feel like that's me, and like I'm like when I try to explain G1 or something in G1 to like younger people, and like that's me. I'm Cranky Kong, and I'm explaining to like Donkey and Diddy Kong and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I always picture myself looking like that, so. Anyways, this is a new Transformer subscription service for 2014. So you got Rewind, and if you Rewind, you'll probably get Eject because we know that Hasbro is not going to pass up the opportunity.
You will not get Eject. I'm gonna go ahead and debunk that right now.
But we know Hasbro loves to do stuff like
but
that.
it's not Hasbro; it's the Collectors Club.
He has a point.
And
What if Hasbro just comes out with one then?
Well, I doubt it, because the reason they didn't release the original colors of this mold, which was Frenzy and Rumble, is because it was going to be too costly to get them over here and sell them in the United States. So they're obviously not going to do it again. And why would they release a very obscure character that hasn't really had any big name drops in any other?
It hasn't been in
media.
any shows.
Not to mention that the Collectors Club said that there was going to be, what did they say, 5 deluxes and one, 5 deluxes and 1 scout. That's the 1 scout.
No Voyagers.
Nope. The reason they said no Voyagers is because apparently it was too expensive for them to ship them out. That's what they said.
You're paying all that money. You'd think that look, it's covered in there somewhere.
Yeah. So not to mention, there is a slight bit of probability that they who'd you say that they would come out with next?
If you're releasing this guy, they'll probably come out with Eject.
Yeah, Eject. I don't know why I couldn't think of his name.
Rewind and Eject are, basically just different color. They're the same mold, kind of like Frenzy and Rubble, but they were for Blaster.
Well, the what I was gonna say is they may, because there is gonna be a mysterious 7th figure for the subscription service, so that may be it. But I mean, I see people likely to, since they are pretty much the same color, just buying a subscription or just pre-ordering 2 of these from, buying a subscription and pre-ordering one from Big Bag Toy Store, TF Source, or just pre-ordering 2 of them, and calling it a day. Yeah. But essentially, I don't. I mean, that pretty much sets it in stone. I'm totally passing on this year's or next year's figure subscription service. I may, if TF Source puts up the mystery figure for pre-order, I may pre-order it just to see what it is. But it's just terrible.
I don't. I'm obviously not a subscription guy, so I don't really, as far as my collecting habits go, this does not fall anywhere in that. But this is, the way this looks, you get rid of this back kibble, some of this tread right here, the gun.
Well, the tread.
This looks like
pile drivers.
Rewind. This, I know this is off of that Frenzy or Rumble mold, but this is better than them coming out with a car and transforming it and put a Rewind head on it and saying that this is Rewind.
Yeah.
That's basically what I'm getting at, because if you look down here, considering he's supposed to be a tape, this looks kind of tape-ish with a cannon put on it. So they add a little bit more to it to make it a little bit more playable, since I guess he can't fit in a blaster. But
Defender tapes.
It's all right. It's just not a big name character.
Yeah, it's to me it's irrelevant, and that's just me. I feel that this year's subscription service was so inferior to the one that the figures we're getting this year. Like, so far, even the circuit, one of the figures I was not really looking forward to, I've enjoyed it so much. And then, like, all these that they've kind of revealed just seem terrible. Like, I'm getting Rampage and Transmutate so far. Like, that's it.
Beast Wars stuff.
Yeah. And I mean, the least they could do is come out with some RID stuff, something, So far, I've just seen a bunch of reveals for a bunch of stuff that, like, maybe 1 or 2 groups of people really give a shit about. Last year, this current subscription service, number 1, there was a little bit of something for everyone, and that to me was cool.
Yeah. 2013 superior, 2014 inferior.
Basically.
I can't do Soundwave. I can only do the modern Soundwave. I'm sorry.
Well,
this is
okay.
I mean, are you done talking about the thing? I mean,
no, I was just going to tell Rockamus that essentially that's how Frank Welker did it back in the 80s, and they overlaid that.
Okay. I thought you were like want to talk about that figure more. I was like,
no,
dude,
why would I?
We spent like 20 minutes talking about it.
I know.
You haven't said what you needed to say about it, but
I'm trying to get the point across that I really hate it.
I don't like this figure. I don't like this figure.
I think people that watch the Cybercast on on the regular pretty much know that Dakota, you're going to voice your true opinion about something.
Yeah,
And it's going to be a very highly detailed way of going about it. Too.
My deal is I'm going to let you know why I don't like it, and then I'm going to let you know why you shouldn't like it.
And then he's going to insult it, I wouldn't even pee on this thing, I don't know.
Yeah,
Dakota-isms. Angry video game nerd on it.
Dakota-isms.
Yeah, it's little
ticks. All right, on a different note, this isn't about one particular figure, but this is something that I run across on T-Formers that I thought was kind of cool, because they're basically, as you can see right here on the sign, it says "Screw eBay," so very clever. That's never been thought of before, the way they did that. But they said that they're kind of hate the fact that on eBay, when you sell something, it costs you all this money to, put stuff on eBay, and yeah, it does cost money, but
final fees, etc.
All these fees and stuff that you're really not expecting whenever you post something on there, and that's why a lot of people don't, post things on eBay as regular as they probably would. But this is going to be a site just for Transformers, and kind of bring you guys into it here. So as you can see, they basically have everything broken down into what it is. There's third parties or knockoffs. You got Masterpiece, Prime, the Go series, Energon Generation 1, Takara, or Hasbro or International G2. So basically all your stuff, it's alphabetical order. The only problem is there's really not a whole lot of stuff on here. So as you can see, Armada's got 1, Alternators has 3. There's a lot of zeros on here. Let's see. Beast War, Beast Machines 0.
Oh God, yeah. So
that's the thing is they just started this a few days ago, so it really hasn't
had time to saturate.
But let's see what was I on a while ago? I think it was on Diaclone, and so you just click on this. It has 4 listings, but as you can see, as far as the prices go, 250, 400, 450, 150, and stuff like that. And this is not even awesome figures. I can go on eBay right now and find this for cheaper than what this guy has it for on here.
Yeah.
So still, it's got the problem to where you're gonna have those eBay I'm gonna overcharge you, and hopefully that you're not as smart as me type prices on here, and that's something that I wish since this is brand new, that they could maybe manage it a little bit better and be look, if you want to go scalp stuff or double charge for crap, then go to eBay. There you go. All right.
Yeah.
You double charge because you're gonna pay fees and stuff like that, and deal with scam artists. Here, this is a Transformer community. This is people helping out other Transformer fans that maybe have been looking for something, but they don't want to get jacked over on eBay, which a lot of people have a problem with, and that's your whole screw eBay campaign.
See,
this needs to be legit prices.
That's why I've dealt mostly on TFW in the past 2-3 years, because even if someone on TFW says, well, it's going for this on eBay, I can just come right back and be like,
that doesn't
yeah, I can come right back and be like, yeah, well, you're not going to pay the 15% in fees. On top of that, this is a fan site, so typically you can kind of talk them down that way. I mean, it's just that's what I do. I mean, the Junkion Exchange and TFW is, I mean, you're gonna find something. You may not find what you're looking for right then, but eventually you'll get it, and for a little bit of a better price.
Needs and wants and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, and you could bump it once every 24 hours. That way, you're in a 24-hour time period. Should I say once a day? So I mean, the options are there. And
you guys, do you have any thoughts on that, or I thought it was kind of cool, but do you have any ideas or thoughts on how maybe it should be ran, or Is it good for the community or?
You really can't tell someone, what to charge for something, essentially. Because I've seen some pretty stupid prices on even on TFW. People thinking, oh well, this is what it sold for recently on eBay. It's like, well,
that's the stupidest thing to. The whole we've been over it a million times, but the whole this is what it's worth, and I was like, well, how do you come with that figure? Well, I look at it right now, and when you go on eBay, there's like 10 of them, but they're all like buy it now price. I'm like, no, that is just. I can go buy a box of crayons and be like, this is worth $20, and 10 other people put it up there for $20. That doesn't mean it's worth $20.
Yeah.
It's bidding price is how much the thing is worth.
Yeah.
So at auction at that particular time. So.
Did you want to cover the Botcon rumor, or do you want me to?
And I thought I would just go ahead and kick you off because there's nothing really to screen share here. But rumor, Botcon 2014 is going to be back in Pasadena. Let's see here at the. It was with a conversation with a Pasadena Convention Center employee. Home to many past Botcons. Has the possible dates of June 18th through the 22nd. So that's basically all I got on this.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, that's 3 California Botcons in the last 4 years. Not to mention that would be 2 California Botcons in a row, which is supposed to be a moving convention, a mobile convention. That's
Botcon roll out.
I was going to attend no matter, but I just don't like California. Like, nothing against anyone who lives in California, I just don't like it. It's stupid that they keep going back there every other year, and of course everyone on the West Coast is trying to defend it. Like, oh well, that's where they make all their money, and it's like, well,
You're just saying that because you live there.
Exactly. I mean, Botcon's got.
I'd make the same argument that why not have it in Dallas, because that convention was big, it was great.
They're gonna make money and sell out regardless. So.
But that's because that's where I live, and it's convenient for me. So I think anyone that if it was in Orlando and you live in Orlando, you'll make an argument for yourself there. But if it's in California, then you run into the same situation that I did with TFCon. Started looking at hotel and plane. I've already spent over $1,000, and I haven't even bought anything. And I know I'm going to buy stuff, and I know I'm going to eat stuff. And
that's how Botcon is. With hotel and plane, you're looking at $1,200, $1,300, $1,400.
And you haven't even started yet.
Yeah. So I looked at it as well. For $1,500, and that's like maximum. I can go to A-Con, the anime convention in Dallas. I can go to Rooster Teeth Expo in Austin or San Antonio.
Go to one of those.
And I can then like go to MechaCon, which is held in Baton Rouge every year.
Which one is in Dallas?
A-Con, the anime convention.
Let me know when that is. I actually stumbled up on that when I lived in Dallas one time.
My friend. There's a group of my friends that go every year.
Me and a girlfriend, we were going to Reunion Tower to go have dinner at the, I don't know, we just call it the Ball. I don't know, like in Dallas, like people just call it Reunion Tower at the very top. We just call it the Ball. But it's the rotating restaurant at the very top. And we went up there to, have a nice dinner, and we just start walking through, and we were just like, is it Halloween? Like, what the hell is going on here? And then like someone told us, they said it was like some anime convention. I was like, this is awesome. I was like, I don't even want to go up there. We're like all dressed nice and stuff. And I was like, I just want to hang out with like all these cool people.
Yeah.
But let me know when that is a little ahead of time, and dude, I'll roll up there with you.
Cool. Definitely, man. Yeah. So yeah, and they have a dealer room, and you can buy Transformers and so on and so forth. Transformers is kind of the Japanese portion. It's considered an anime, so they're gonna have stuff like that there.
Hopefully Japanese Transformers.
So it's
Bleach.
Just looking at it in that perspective, like I can attend 3 conventions opposed to just paying for the flight and hotel of 1, not including the box set and the souvenirs figures.
Yeah.
I think that has some to do with it. I mean, I'm not going to say that I didn't have a good time at, the Botcon that I went to in Dallas, but the reason that I went to it, and it's been the first and only one that I've been to, which I've only had the opportunity to go to, one other one, the one that just happened, but I had no plans to go to this Botcon, and I didn't really care where it was, just because I'm not getting any exclusives, and whenever you go to dealer room, I mean, you're really not saving any. If you go to, a con and go to a dealer room and think that you're just going to run into like all these like super cheap prices, because it's at a con, you're wrong. You can probably more than likely pick it up on eBay for the same, if not maybe even a little bit cheaper, because they're having to pay for the dealer fees, to pay for that little area every single day. Yeah. And they also have stuff marked up, and they will obviously discount it for you as well. But it has more to do with, like I said on Twitter, I was like, they could have Botcon in Montana for all I care, and I go if the exclusives were awesome. Like if they gave me those like G2 Stunticons, or like I always talk about and stuff like that, or stuff that I would like as a Cranky Kong, an old man. I want my brick formers. Yeah. But if they gave me that, then Dude, I don't care where you have the con. I'll go. I'll find some way to afford it.
Yeah. Mind if I talk about Mighty Number 9? And then we can just let me touch on this, and then we can do whatever. I just want to get this out of the way before I have to go.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, man.
So there's this project by, where's the guy's name? The maker of Mega Man, the original for the NES. I'm going to jack up his name here.
Now, for those of you youngsters watching, the NES was the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yeah.
And there were cartridges that you put in it and not discs.
Cartridges?
Yeah. What's a cartridge?
It's like a box. It's like a box with a computer in it.
Yeah. Kenji Inafume, I think, Inafue, is making a game here, once you get to the top, called Mighty Number 9. And it is basically the spiritual successor to the Mega Man games. This is the Kickstarter here. You can see it's only been up like 3 days, and it's already got more than enough money it needs to. Just scrolling down here so you can see these are the stretch goals that they've gotten so far, which is really cool. And this is like only 3 days, and they've gotten almost that much. It's awesome. This is an actual screenshot from inside the game. So it's basically your side-scroller 2D shooter that you can steal weapons from enemies and transform guns and weapons and things.
It being a side-scroller looks really good. I really wish they would they would make HD versions for Mega Man X if they haven't
already. Those bottom screenshots, is that the actual game? Because it looks a little bit different than the top one, and that looks like it's more of kind of a Borderlands kind of look to it.
I'm not sure which one is actually from the game, but I guess this here's just showing you, like, yeah, he still got the jump arc like Mega Man. He still supports his arm like Mega Man, but he takes the powers.
The top one kind of looks like a Pixar type.
One is supposed to be for like 3DS, right? The handheld.
No, I don't know, not for number 9. This is just like a Steam buy.
Yeah, well, I mean, the reason I was asking is like the bottom screenshots may be for handheld, whereas the top one is for your console-based stuff.
Yeah, I guess. They don't have enough for the consoles yet. That's actually PS3, 360, Wii U. That's the next stretch goal.
Yeah.
But I've supported this, and I think it's incredible. It's the actual creator of Mega Man saying, he's going to go away from Sega Capcom, because Capcom won't do anything with Mega Man anymore. And when they do, it sucks. So he said, you know what? Screw you guys, I'm making my own game.
But think, man, they only need another $400K in 23 days to get it on console.
Yeah, that's
that's not too far away considering how far they've gotten and just what they what they've done.
I couldn't believe it. Like by the time that I found out and by the time that I became a backer, they had already gotten enough money to make the game on Steam. Okay,
Yeah.
whoa. So people want this bad. I can send you guys a link to it, so you guys can put it in the video description if you want when this is done. So if you want to back it, there's the link. And you can back it for as low as like $5 or $2 or whatever. The game itself is only like $20. So I thought that was pretty cool.
It's pretty tight.
So when you also back it, like you said, the game's going to be about $20. Whenever you back it for like $20, that ensures the purchase of the game for yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
We got a comment. I'm not sure what this means.
I think he's saying, do you have Power Rangers?
Yeah, I don't know who he's asking that to, though.
I don't. That was more my brother's thing.
Yeah. I don't have any. I mean, if I were to get one, if I came across a little bit of money, it'd be the SH Figure Arts Green Ranger.
I do think those Figure Art figures look pretty nice.
Yeah, those are dang sexy, man. I had the white, the red, and the green Ranger all in my pre-order on Amazon. That was only like $150.
I got a quick question. As far as pre-ordering on Amazon, they don't charge you until it gets in, do they?
I don't know. I've never pre-ordered on Amazon, but I pre-ordered on BBTS, and they don't charge you until it ships, which sucks.
Yeah, and the reason I was asking is because I pre-ordered the Halo 4 Didact, and it was like $30, and I checked my bank statement on Friday, and it was like, yeah, you got $230 in here. I said, well, it should only be like $200, so.
Yeah, they probably don't charge you until it ships.
I hate that. I hate that so much because I'm so terrible at money management.
I would like to go to. I wish TF Source would do something that they would just like. I've got $40, like, because I need to spend it. I need to put it somewhere so that I don't spend it. Because if there's nothing pre-ordered up at that moment that I want that's coming out, that I have to have money. My money has prior engagements. Then I'll just start looking on eBay and I'm gonna find something.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I'll find
especially
something.
being a G1 collector, I'm gonna find something. So I wish they would do something to where they're like, I could just like, yeah, let me deposit $40-50 into my account for TF Source. That way, whenever it comes up that this is available, then I can just be like, apply funds or whatever.
What's cool is Orson at Captured Prey. All you have to do is shoot him an email and be like, look, man, I don't really have the cash to pay for this, but can I do a payment plan? And he'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you really want something, just be like, look, man, I really want this. I'm sure you have to establish a pretty good buying history from him, which I have, which I've never had to ask him to set up a payment plan, but it does have it on the frequently asked question page that he will do it.
You guys got like each other's names like tattooed on your chest and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay. You talk about them all the time.
Well, I mean, he's easily running like the best third-party and Japanese import Transformers go-to site currently on
Yeah.
All right. One question. Well, I don't know if we have time for both of these, but this might be really quick. Are third-party companies trying too hard to become Hasbro?
I'll go ahead and go. Essentially, that's the whole reason they even exist. Is because of that. They want to, they want to kind of make their Hasbro mark on Hasbro products based on Hasbro characters.
Hasbro.
So, yeah, but sometimes it's not,
But has it gone to, we are fans, obviously a business, but they're fans first, and they first wanted to create because they're like, these are figures that I can't get, like the Quakewave,
We're never going
basically
to get a
Masterpiece Shockwave. Hasbro cannot give this to us, so we will give this to you. We are fans. It's something we wanted, and also, it's a good business decision as well. Versus, a lot of third-party companies are looking a little bit too corporate.
Yeah.
I guess if I'm making sense here, to where it seems like they're doing stuff. They're doing things that not really demanded by fans. Like we're seeing a lot of stuff that one third
Definitely.
party company makes and the other one does, and we're also seeing them kind of follow a trend of what's Hasbro doing, and that's what will kind of build off that popularity. So Predaking is popular in Transformer Prime Beast Hunter, so let's 4 different companies come out with Predaking. You look at with the Beast Wars stuff, them coming out with the Rhinox and the Waspinator, and then here you have third-party companies starting to come out with, well, let's start coming out with some Beast stuff, for third-party as well. So they're like...
Yeah, I was going to say, theoretically, they haven't really come out with anything Beast-related. That Perfect Effect Arania, that was in the works long before the Rhinox and Waspinator came about, and the Lio Convoy and Big Convoy from Perfect Effect, same thing. They teased that thing like 2 years ago or something like that. And we
but you
still
get
haven't
what
even
I'm
seen
saying.
prototypes. But yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, essentially, yeah, I do think so. I don't think that third-party companies, I mean, they're not really making stuff that I want, so I'm having a hard time really, going and putting money down on third-party products because there's only like a handful of things, a couple of Dr. Wu's little add-ons,
Yeah.
if they make a wrecker, that's bought. I'm just not seeing what I mean, my goodness, how many Predakings, Devastators, and freaking Bruticus's are we gonna need? Obviously TFC is going to make the entire line because they're basing them all off of Greek gods. We've got Uranus, Hercules, Ares, and Perseus, which is quote unquote shattered glass Devastator. So I don't know, man.
Alright, I'm sorry. I'm coming. I know.
Yeah,
Alright.
You gotta go, man.
Yeah, I gotta head out. Sorry, guys.
All right, see you later.
It's 11:30 here.
It's
so.
my fault. Started an hour late, so I apologize.
That's alright. You're fine. Get your rest, man. You need it.
All right, we only have one more little topic we'll bring up, or at least I do, and that is, have you ever thought about calling it quits? I saw this on TFW. It was kind of a little topic that people were discussing. It looked like it was kind of popular at the time. So maybe if you didn't call it quits, or I haven't since I got into collecting, but I have seen myself kind of go through I kind of want to just buy everything to, all right, I'm seeing what this is actually taking as far as commitment and cost, and me being a G1 collector and pre-Transformer or Brave series collector, and there's also other things that I collect that are vintage. Those things are a lot more expensive than going and buying a $15 toy at your local Toys R Us or Walmart. So it's taking more of a cost in collecting, and to where I had to stray away from collecting Prime figures, sold all those, or Generations, and I've kind of found myself that this is where I'm finding myself. Like I just recently sold my Creos, and I'm selling my my Mighty Mugs and a few other things, and I'm kind of realizing what type of collector I am, and it's getting more like very detailed. But you guys ever thought about quitting, or how's your kind of collecting habits gone?
I guess I'll go first again. Since I am kind of going through this now, whenever I started out, like I said, I think I've told this story a couple times. Bought a couple movie figures, moved on to classics, and I was like, you know what, classics is going to be the line for me. And so I just started buying them up, paying whatever, because I kind of had the income to do so at the time. And then it started getting more and more apparent that I'd see a couple of little Beast Wars things here and there from my childhood, and I'd just start cherry picking those. And then I got a pretty nice looking Beast Wars shelf, and then I started getting into the Japanese Beast Wars, and then I started thinking, I was like, I'm starting to kind of run out of space and disposable income. So do I really want these classics figures? And that ended up boiling down to, okay, I want wreckers in the classics look deal, but These other ones, not so much. I'm getting rid of almost all my Classics Autobots, and I'm keeping quite a bit of my Classics Decepticons because I like an even looking playing field, I guess. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to collect Transformers Prime because I wasn't able to get on the animated bandwagon. I wasn't able to complete any other line, and I was like, I'm going to complete this line. Well, I just kind of lost the interest in that. I'm keeping the Transformers Prime records because, you're starting to, I'm sure, see a cycle here. I'm into wreckers. And, a handful of the Decepticon molds that were really good, of characters that I really enjoyed. But now it's like Beast Wars, Beast Wars, Beast Wars. I've sold all but like 3 or 4 masterpieces now, and just focusing solely on that. I can say for certain once I fully complete my Beast Wars collection, then I'll be done collecting until more Beast Wars oriented things come out.
Jay, what about you, man? Is Jay with us? I haven't heard him in a while. His thing's up there.
Yeah, he's in here. I don't know if he's muted. It doesn't say that he's muted.
Well, like, kind of going back to what you said, I mean, people, they kind of realize, I think, that there's always, like, at one point in, oh, well, there he goes, that a collector, finds out what type of collector they are, because some, they probably start collecting kind of everything, and then you start seeing people that they're like, well, I'm just a huge Soundwave fan, and now they have like character-specific shelves, and whereas like here's all my Soundwaves, and I'm trying to track down every type of, incarnation of Soundwave and put them on that shelf, or Bumblebees, and stuff like that.
And see, I have that kind of set up as well for Starscream, Rodimus, and Sideswipe. I have 3 shelves that are strictly for those characters. So.
And I'm a completist, so that's one of my problems. Like, I'm a big fan of, like these little guys, the Takara Beast Saga figures, and like I've got all those, and I like them, but I mean they're so expensive. Like they're like $7 or $8 a piece, and there's like a crapload of them. So, those are something that I've got to where right now it's complete until they release some more, and I'll end up getting those others, and it kind of, I don't know, whenever they're releasing new stuff, because like in G1, being the G1 collector in me knows that I know what's out there that I need to get to complete the line. I know what's out there. With my vintage stuff like Sectars or Captain Power and vintage Batman stuff, I know what's out there, and I know these are the things that I need to get. But with, let's say, like these Beast Saga figures, I don't know how long this is going to carry out. I mean, they, for $7-8 a figure, they might come out with another 200 of these things, and I'd rather not buy that many. They'd be extremely expensive. I like the line, and I want to see it continue, but as a collector, or let's not even say a collector, but as someone that I have to buy my stuff for myself. Like, I don't have parents that buy, I'm not a kid anymore, so my parents don't buy my toys for me. I kind of don't want it to continue on, that long. Yeah. I remember, can you imagine if you were a collector just whenever the vintage line of Ninja Turtles came out? You're like, oh, here we get hit with, like 8, 9 figures or something like that here in the beginning. Oh, they're coming out with a couple others. So, yeah, this might last about 30 figures. No. There is going to be, like, every
like 9,000.
Yeah, just Donatellos. 9,000 Donatellos. And then they're all going to have, like, these crazy vehicles and stuff like that. It's just...
I would love to see a complete vintage Ninja Turtles collection. I just...
Awesome. The thing is, you have to have all their weapons. To me, that's me being a completist. I have to have all their weapons. I don't care if they can all fit in their little belts and stuff like that. I'll put them in a baggie and put them away. But I have to have it, even the little ninja stars and stuff like that.
Most of them could fit in their turtle shells. You could just like start shoving everything in their turtle shells
And breaking it. I remember I've done that before. I always like the turtles that you could open their shell and store their weapons in there.
Did you ever remember the ones that you could open them up and like flip all the turtle pieces out and they would transform into like regular looking turtles?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I loved those as a kid, man.
Had those too. They had like weird feet because they used them at both modes.
Yeah.
But, I thought they were funny. Jay, are you back with us? All right. Well,
Jay, just fax us your answer and we'll get it in there.
We'll get it next Cybercast. All right, man. I was gonna end it there. I really didn't have anything else. You have anything? Oh, you had a funny story or something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah, dude. I almost forgot about it.
All right.
So the kind of title of this.
This is PG-13, right? I mean, let's not go R.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'll keep it subtle. I like to title it as dumb shit people can do in the workplace.
All right.
And
your title's already rated R, but go ahead.
It's not. They say shit on TV all the time now.
Do
Dude,
they?
you're living in the 90s. You need to stop living in
I just
that.
watch ESPN, so
Yeah, well,
I have like hundreds of channels. All I watch is ESPN all the time.
you need to venture out. Like, watch a little bit of FX and Comedy Central.
Okay.
So, I've been working for the place that I'm working for. I'm not going to disclose their name because A, they're not sponsoring this show, and B, I don't want to get in trouble. So anyways, the company I work for, I've been working for 6 months. Just a few days shy actually. Today was my 6-month day.
Dude, you want a present? Continue with the story, bro.
Okay. I'm just setting. I gotta set up the deal.
Okay.
Okay. So, like, freaking 4 months ago, 3-4 months ago, I was supposed to go to some class where we get to meet the president and owner. You know, his dad was the one that started the company. That guy. So it was me and some other lady that got hired a week after me, right? And she's kind of a bad person, to keep it nice. I don't really like her.
One, I think it's kind of weird that the company introduces you to the president or CEO after 6 months.
Well, it was like I said, it was supposed to be like, I think it was actually supposed to be 90 days in, 60 or 90 days in. They were supposed to send me.
I just don't think you would even know that do something like that until like a year in. But go ahead.
Yeah.
Continue.
Well, okay, so she was the one driving because we do deliver auto parts and stuff like that. So I just hop into the truck with her. She goes down there, and then one of the guys from the other stores locally is following us in his truck. So we drive all the way to Longview, which is about an hour and a half from here. And on the way down there, first I gotta tell you what she did on the way down there. So there's this little black car, right? What?
She farted and didn't roll down the window?
No. There was this little black car in front of us, and like she was already in a bad mood because she didn't want to go, even though it was mandatory. It's like, why do you not want to get 6 hours for free? That makes no sense. So, anyways, there's a little black car, and the lady was on the phone talking on it, and she started to swerve in front of us, and so this lady lays on the horn. Like, remind you, we're in a company truck, big bright banner that has our freaking. So she already lays on the horn. Anyways, we get stopped at a stoplight before we have to get on interstate, and she rolls the lady in the black car rolls her window down and just starts laying into her, right? Just calling her all these bad words that I'm gonna spare the listeners from hearing, but I mean it was pretty rough. And not to mention the lady in the black car had like a 7-8-year-old little girl with her, so that's very classy. So what does this lady do in our bright red company logoed truck? She rolls her window down, starts calling her a bitch and all this other stuff, and I was like, well, that's it. I mean, you're done. She's gonna call the little number on the back, and you're fired. So I was like,
that was my driving.
Yeah. So anyways, we get there, and on the way there, she's like, you know what? I didn't want to come to this. I'm probably just gonna find a bathroom and camp out. I was like, okay, whatever.
Wow.
Well, yeah. So we get in there. It's the main warehouse in Longview, and we get in there. We're kind of like hanging out and stuff. And me and Chuck, the other guy rather, kind of an older guy. We go in there and we get introduced and shake the guy's hand, and he's got a little badge on that says president. I'm saying that because you're gonna ask later. So he's got a little badge on that says president. Super nice guy. I mean, he really is. He's a really awesome dude. And they had this little thing where because it was a class full of a bunch of us. There were a couple people from Dallas. I think there were a few from Tyler, Atlanta, Texas. Just all around. So then we had this little piece of paper. It was like a scavenger hunt. It had a whole bunch of questions like who's worked here for less than a month, blah 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 blah. Who has a dog who can speak another language, etc. So we're all walking around doing that. So she comes in because she'd gone to the bathroom while me and the other dude walked in, and she comes in and she's like I guess she like introduced herself or whatever, but she sits like 2 seats down for me because we've already gotten into confrontation at work once before. So, I can only imagine she didn't really enjoy my presence there, even though I was nice for once. And then the guy, one of the big wigs, comes up and he's handing her that paper for that little scavenger hunt thing, and she was like, "No, I'm not gonna do that." so anyways, he goes, "Okay." And then at that point, I looked back over and I started